Hi everybody, welcome to FC.Liverpool. And if you don't know what FC stands for, it's my initials. Liverpool. Everything's about Liverpool tonight. Everything. I've got three guests on. I'm waiting for the other two. But I've got one fella. Won't leave me alone. And he's all the way in Turkey. Ishmael, I've been to there, Ishmael. Give us a visit to visit long expense. I'm going to bring him on anyway. Tommy Batty. And there he is, my old mate. There he is. All right, Sam.
All right, Frank. How are you, mate?
Is that a halo behind you?
It's the lights in my bedroom. You want to see the setup I've got here? You wouldn't believe it.
I can imagine. What did you say yesterday? It's teeming with rain.
It's been thunder and lightning all day today.
Go on.
Thunder and lightning all day.
All day. In the pub.
So I've had to stay in. I've had to stay in the bar.
As you do, so.
hopefully, for the next week or so, you might have some good weather. Hopefully.
Yeah. You're bound to. It's Turkey. It's,
Yeah.
it's right there. It's on the tip of the Middle East. And the sun's been cracking the flags here.
I know. I'm sick of getting texts. Oh, you want to see the sun here? But it's the way it is.
Yeah. The sun's been shining on Bobby Firmino.
Oh.
And he's leaving.
What an end of his career at Anfield.
Well, we'll be talking about that. I'm going to I'll have to wait for Marios, but I'm bringing George on.
Hey, Tommy.
All right, George. How are you, mate?
How you doing in the rain in Turkey, mate?
Oh, thunder and lightning, mate. Thunder and lightning.
Looked awful. Looked horrendous.
Hey, George, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did your wife used to work for BT's in Birkenhead?
Yes, she did. Yeah, in the fashion department. Carol.
My daughter worked for her. Worked with the Haley. She worked with her.
Goodness gracious! I'll talk to her and tell her later. Yeah, she'll remember. Yeah.
She texted me. She said it's a small world, Dad. But George's wife, I used to work with her in BT's in Birkenhead.
Yeah, she worked in the fashion department in Birkenhead. Yeah.
And then Haley Barron.
Haley Barron. B-A-R-O-N.
B-A-R-R-O-N.
I'll tell Carol. Yeah. Oh, I should be amazed. Yeah. That's wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah,
small world, eh?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a love in here.
You all right, Frank?
Yeah, I'm all right. Thanks, George.
Nice to see you.
Good for seeing you and Tommy. And I've got this other reprobate on now. You know this fella from Athens where we're all going to. When
the young one.
When somebody gets home from Turkey, we're all going over to Athens.
Yeah, I'm going.
Hello.
Right, Marios.
It's really strange. I'm not the first who walks in the podcast.
I texted. Somebody was waiting, and I texted. Because you're always there, Marios, and so are you, George. And I texted, the producer, Jason, and I said, "What time are we starting?" This is 8:30. He said, "No, 8 o'clock." I'm okay. But we started anyway. It's great. So listen there, Marios.
Yeah.
It's teeming rain where Tommy is on his holiday.
Thunder and lightning.
Yeah, thunder and lightning.
Sorry?
So what's it like in Athens?
The weather?
Yeah.
It's hot, really hot. It's starting, summer it's starting over here, yes.
So shut up.
It's very warm here, Tommy.
What about it? It's raining, Tommy.
Thunder and lightning.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
the bar's just there across to be left, so it's not far to go.
Not far to go. The bar. That's what I said. He texted me yesterday and he said, Frank, it's lashing down here. It's teeming. I said, I didn't know it rains in pubs.
I don't.
Yeah, that's my excuse anyway.
Of course it is. Of course it is. I'm just going to go on something here, boys. I won't be a minute.
You're looking well on it, Tommy, anyway.
Feel great, mate. I've just had a dirty big cheese and onion tomato cob before I come on.
Very nice. Very nice. That'll keep you going.
The cheese and onion tomato cob.
Yeah. A dirty big one like that.
Yeah, yeah.
My mate Sabri, he runs the bar, made it for me.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. And I'll be in Turkey next month as well. I'll be in Turkey and I'll be in Athens and all that area.
Oh yeah, we're all going to Athens, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're all going up. We're all going to see Marios in Athens.
Yeah, I hope so.
You'll have good weather there.
Have to get you on the boat.
All right.
So anyway, lads, what do you think of all the controversy surrounding the game on Saturday, and the goal that never was?
I thought, okay, if it comes off their defender, how can it be offside?
Well, this is it.
It's unbelievable.
Don't get it. I don't get it. How? I don't get it also how that's not the red card on Gakpo.
They said he didn't mean to play it.
See
It must be meant or not.
The marks on his chest.
Yeah.
Gakpo.
Couldn't have been clearer.
That was
And he was their man of the match and all, by the way. He was their man of the match.
Yeah, Mingsy, yeah.
Something's going wrong with these referees and these VAR people at the moment. It needs to be sorted out for next season.
Yeah. Definitely.
It was the referee that Jurgen Klopp was celebrating in front of him against Tottenham. Mr. Brooks, yes.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if it was a near one, you'd think, 50-50. But the offside was ridiculous. But the kick in the chest.
Yeah.
And he was the last defender. He was the last defender too.
Yeah.
And the game goes on very quickly. So the ref maybe lose the kick, but here comes the VAR, the VAR. That's why the VAR has come to football to see those kind of controversial kicks and all these kind of things. Yeah.
But the pathetic excuse that he didn't really mean to go for the ball.
That's ludicrous.
Yeah, he's a defender. You put your head in the way. You put your arms in your way as well. You do everything to try and stop that ball.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Frank. It's ludicrous.
Shocking. Absolute shocking.
Yeah, but it was still not dead, though, in the water yet.
No.
We're still not dead in the water yet.
Still hope, Tommy. There's still hope.
Yeah, there is,
It's not over.
Yeah, but you've got to see the way it is. Look, the way I look at it, it wasn't Saturday's match really, and as you know, boys, it's all the other games, other games where we threw points away.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. That is the big problem. And now what we've got this summer coming up, and there's all the hype again about certain players. There was a certain player, there was all the hype, remember, a year ago, this time last year, about two certain players coming in. And we haven't got one of them. One of them was Bellingham, as you know. Oh, he's going to stay another season at Dortmund. That was the excuse. And then Shumeni, who decided, whatever the truth is, that he wanted to go to Madrid, where he couldn't get a game. He never fitted in to Ancelotti's plans. So it's just, I won't believe anything until I see a player signing their contract.
Yeah, we've got a new director of football coming in this week, a German lad, isn't it? He's
Yeah,
flying over the street.
Mike Smackhead or something.
Mike Smackhead.
The point is with him, George, is he's only temporary.
Is he? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, he's only temporary.
But Jurgen was on television, was he? Jurgen was on television, I think today or yesterday, saying, you don't know, he's making the right noises, maybe. We're in for everybody. They were asking him, are you going to sign a defender? Are you going to sign midfield? He said, we're interested in anybody that can improve our team. So words are cheap. Let's see what the actions are.
I'm like Frank. I won't believe nothing until I see him in the red shirt.
Yeah, you're right, Frank. I agree, Tommy. Yeah.
See,
hopefully McAllister will be the first one. We've got to get him.
Yeah.
Got to get him. But do you know who I wanted? Ugarte from Sporting.
Yeah.
I wanted him. He's a cracking player.
Yes.
He'd run through a brick wall. As Shank once said, George, I want players to run through a brick wall for me.
Play for Liverpool.
For the team. Not for me, but for the team.
Yeah. You've got to get those type of players. It's the only way we're going to get up there with City again.
Yeah.
And
I think we will.
Well, there's a rumour now that there's a Qatar consortium who are going after West Ham. Wow. And if that's true,
really?
They could be another Newcastle, climbing above.
Well, yeah, we can't do nothing without the money.
Yeah, we have to splash out. It's no matter how we look at things, we have to splash out. What do you think, Marius?
Yeah, that's the great word, splash, not just spend, splash.
Yeah.
That sounds really on
spot.
Yes. Look, Newcastle United showed this season the new model of what you need. You need to splash, as you said, splash in a smart way, of course, not just like that. But if you don't spend, you don't spend money, you're staying behind. It's so simple. It's so simple. Premier League is the most commercial league of the world. So that's how
you can spend as much as you like, but if you don't buy the right player,
that's it.
That's a smart way.
Nothing.
That's a smart.
And what Jurgen seems to do, he looks for players who will fit into his team.
Yeah.
Correct.
Not because they're a star. If they can fit into the Liverpool way.
Yeah. That's been proved to Chelsea. Exactly. Look at Chelsea. They spent a fortune.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And Spurs. I mean, you need the right players in the right places.
Yeah.
But then again, George, when you look at those, you just mentioned two teams there, Chelsea and Spurs. In the summer, they will do something because you'll have Pochettino coming to Chelsea, and he's a very good manager. He is a very good manager. So we'll have them up and running. He really will, because Chelsea mugs, and they've got the players there because, as you said, they've spent a fortune. Then you'll have Spurs coming into the fore, because they'll be getting a new manager, a top manager, and he'll try and mould them into...
the way I look at Spurs, though, Frank, and I'm not being out of order, Spurs will have to buy more than what we will, because they're not a very good side.
No, you're right.
Yeah. No, you're right. See, as Brian Headley says, he says, listen, lads, this is going to get worse before it gets better. This will end up in a real mess. They are going to put us into the ground, then sell. We will get grade 3 players, third choice again. Would anyone agree with that?
No, I'm not so sure.
I wouldn't agree with that, no.
I don't agree with that at all, no. No, I don't.
Jurgen Klopp's a better manager than that.
Yeah.
No, what I think Brian's saying is, because of the restriction on the sales, if you know what I mean, the restriction who we bring in. It's the money. So, say like Jude Bellingham, for example. Now, if we had the money, we'd have bought Jude Bellingham and McAllister. We'd have bought them.
Yeah.
And no matter who else, Gravenberch or whoever was there, we would have bought them. We would have bought Shumeni last season. That's in my opinion. Because Jürgen knew that we needed midfielders. And he said in a press conference on the penultimate day, I keep saying this, you were right to the journalist, he said, when he was talking to the journalist, because someone asked him about midfield. Why haven't you bought a midfielder? Because I knew that we wanted them. I wanted two.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, you were right, I was wrong. And we brought in Arthur Mello. That's how bad it is. There was no money. I'm telling you now, there mustn't have been any money simply because, look, if you're not going to get a player that you want, that money will get another player or two. So there was nothing. We got a loanee. We got a loanee, and that's it. And that's what ruined us.
And we don't bring Jude Bellingham this season.
Yeah.
We don't. We saved money for him, but we didn't bring him.
Exactly. And what I did like though was Virgil van Dijk came out with someone asked him something. He said, "I can't wait for next season." And the new, more or less, the new blood that's coming in.
Well, obviously, there's rumours going around the club that who they're going to get. Because Jürgen's not the type of manager who will buy just for buying's sake. He'll only buy a player he wants.
Yeah, they know the pressure they're under. The club know the pressure they're under from the fans, from the supporters, the history of the club, what the club expects. Let's face it, we've won 9 out of the last 10 games and drew 1. So we're not exactly on our uppers. So we can build from here. We can build from here if we get the right players, get the right money in. You're right, Frank. We need the cash, lots of it. We haven't been spending enough, nothing like enough. So
we've never been on our uppers, no matter how you look at it.
That's what.
Our ordinary supporter looks at it. We've never been on our uppers. Look, you go back to Shankly. You're a Shankly, but you go back to Bob Paisley. You go right up to the owner, who was David Moores. David Moores built the Annie Road stand. He built on the Kenny Dalglish stand. He organised the Cop as well. You know, he refurbished the Cop. And he still bought players.
Yeah, Shankly had to beg, steal and borrow money to try and sign St. John and Yates. Yeah. The board wouldn't give him the money. He almost threatened to leave the club unless he gave him the money. And look at a decision that was. So it's the same now, really. Klopp needs to make the same noises to the directors and the owners as Shankly did to them.
But don't forget, Frank, David Moores was a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He loved the club.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember seeing his car and it had Cop 1. That was his license plate. Cop 1. So it was a true out and out Reds, just like ourselves. If we had the money, we'd buy. You know, if we were the chairman or the owner or whatever, or even the manager, we'd say, we need him, we need him, we need him. Because I'll go to you, George. I'll go to you. How many players do you think is needed? And what positions? And see if the other lads would agree, and if I agree also.
Well, your objective's got to be to win the Premier League. That's got to be your objective, absolute minimum top 4, but Premier League. We've been competing with Man City for the last 3 or 4 years, up until this season. We only lost to them by a point. So I think we've got a good squad and we need players in midfield, at least 2 in midfield. I've said this for a while now. We need one who can, a ball winner and a creator. We've already got a good one in midfield with Trent. We need him supplemented in midfield. We probably need a right back if we're going to stick to this system. I don't think we need any forwards because we've got some talented players up front. If we can get one, but it's mainly, to me, midfield and defence.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but we need, in my opinion, we need a centre-back. So we'll go to you, Marios. Do you agree with what George said and about, the positions that need to be
Yeah, and
invest a bit.
also agree with you, Frank, about the centre back.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, of course, because in the new Trent's role needs a kind of centre back like Konate with that dynamism, that pace, that speed. So yeah, I think we need more a new centre back and than a new right back, but we need a right back also, even if we continue to play like this, or even if Trent goes permanently to the midfield. But I totally agree that we need at least 2 midfielders, and why not 3? Because if you see the mathematics, there are 3 midfielders going out, so maybe we need 3 coming in. So at least 2, yeah, of course, in the lineup.
That's the minimum. That's the minimum.
That's the minimum. Yeah, that's the minimum.
The minimum.
And players that could be in the lineup. That's for sure.
Yeah. What do you think, Sean? Do you agree with both Marios and George?
Yeah, I certainly do agree with that. I think Gakpo, with Gakpo, you've got the new Bobby Firmino role for them. He could play Bobby's role. And I think by the last 4 or 5 games we played, is looking for next season. It looks exciting the way Jurgen is going to set his team up. With that free role for Trent, it looks exciting as long as we've all agreed on at least 2 midfielders, a classy centre back, and we could play there. It might be pushed over to play right back, but I wouldn't move Trent. I wouldn't move Trent back.
No, not at all. No.
Well, can I go to the viewers and their comments, because I think that let me go through the comments first.
And like the video and subscribe to the channel. Yeah.
Oh yeah, please put a like and subscribe to the channel, and you'll be able to comment to these lads. Who know the football, by the way. They know the football. And Soulboy France says the new sporting director is temporary because he was forced to come out of retirement, and rumour is he's concentrating on the German market. There you go. And that's that. Well, I know for a fact he specialises in tight budgets.
Well, he's come to the right club then.
Yeah. Brian Edley says, that's it, Frank, nothing to do with Jurgen. It's all on the owners. And Stephen Snape says, Tommy's right. It's a total rebuild plus the stadium debt. You're talking about Spurs. Stadium debt is a millstone around their necks. They can ill afford going forward. Chelsea under Pochettino, for me, will be a threat. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he goes on, if being on our uppers includes retaining club football's biggest prize in our supposed doldrums, then even our barren times outstrip the most other clubs' achievements over their entire history. I think that's a good point, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know what knocks me sick? What knocks me sick is saying we can't get Belgium. We haven't. How much money is in them coffers, really? How much money have they got? But we know they won't spend it. But it's there.
It's well there. And as Brian says, lads, Trent again for Villa's goal, atrocious. Looked around, seen the man, and done nothing from Fulham away, and still doing it. If we are moving forward next season, he can't be at right back. I think Trent's playing well. I really do, to be honest. I'd buy an orthodox right back as well, says Stephen Snape.
Well, you'll need somebody there, won't you? If Trent's in midfield, you need somebody right back and 2 centre halves in the left back.
But we can't trust this young Calvin Ramsey. We can't trust him simply because we brought him in last season and he was injured.
We haven't seen him.
You know, we can't afford to buy any more injured players. We can't afford to.
I think, Frank, you know, the injuries are a key as well. We've got to stop having these injuries. We've had so many this year. Key players like Thiago. How long has he been out? You know, I mean, he's a fantastic player. We can't get him on the pitch. Maybe next season he'll be a bit more clear of injury. That's an extra player, really, isn't it? He's not been playing a lot.
Yeah.
It's not just the injuries, though, George. It's the length of time they're out.
Yeah, and how they get them in
Most
training.
clubs are back after a week or 2 weeks. Our players are out for months.
Yeah, they've got to focus on that next year. They've got to focus on trying to keep more players fit longer.
Yeah.
Good evening, boys. Listen, FSG are already dumbing down on what they are going to spend. The kid from Brighton for 60 million is not a lot for a top player in this day and age. They are already using no Champions League money. The thing is, we're not in the Champions League because of their short-sightedness and lack of investment on the green part of the club. And he's absolutely right. And
that's what we've been saying. Yeah, that's what we've been saying.
This is what we've been saying it since we started the pod.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, weeks and weeks ago.
But the thing is, there's still a little vital chance that we could be Champions League.
It's 1 in a million. It'll be a miracle. It'll be like the...
Frank, you know what they say, don't you? Never write us off.
Well, no,
FSG have made billions up to this point. The funds are there. They are just notoriously tight-fisted. I don't think it's a matter of being tight-fisted. I think it's a matter of building their own portfolio up.
Yeah.
I really do. I really mean that. Because there's the Red Sox. I know that the Red Sox fans are fuming at them because they're bottom of the league.
Yeah.
Albeit that there's no relegation there, so they think it's all right. You know, we'll be playing the New York Yankees or whoever they play, you know, next season. So.
Yeah, they were the top team when they came here, weren't they?
Yeah.
Maybe they'll finish the stadium and sell up, you know.
Well, Brian Headley says Tavernier from Rangers would be a great buy for right back.
Yeah, good call.
I don't know the lad, I'm being honest.
Yeah, he's a good player, Frank. He's a good player.
Yeah, Tommy, we can't give up. United are more than capable of losing those, says Brian Headley. But we
got a chance.
We never give up, but they only need a point.
They do, yeah.
And we need to beat Southampton.
Well, if we don't beat Southampton, you don't deserve to do it.
Don't beat Southampton, we don't deserve to go to the Champions League, to be honest.
Yeah, no.
Can't see us not beating Southampton.
But as I said, it's like the games that we lost to teams that we should have wiped the floor with.
Bournemouth, Brentford, Wigan, the list. Wigan, Wolves.
Wolves.
Leeds, Anfield. My God.
Yeah, Leeds.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't forget our own. Just imagine if we would have won that game.
We only needed to win one of them. One of them.
One.
Yeah. And this is the way it is. It was like last season. I was saying to Tommy, always speak at half time, when we played Spurs at Anfield. We drew 1-1. I said this could be pivotal at the end of the season. And I was proved right.
And it was, yes.
And it was.
Because we only had to score one goal and we would have been league champions.
I know, that's right. It's so tight.
It's as simple as that.
It's fine margins.
They are tight margins, but this tight margin here, we've left it, you know, it's been great that the role that we were on. And all right, what about Canete, right, against Arsenal? And in the last minute, the dying seconds.
He tried
to twist it in.
2 more points.
Yeah, 2 more points.
So these little foibles that go against us.
If onlys. If onlys.
Yeah,
The season's full of if only.
It is, yeah.
exactly. And
You
it's
get one
all
chance, you got to take
should
it.
have and would have, should have, would have,
Yeah.
and shouldn't we?
It's all
And this
history
is
now.
what we're saying all right through. But I can't wait till the end of the season and to see, in July who we do bring in.
June.
And
You've
this
got to
is a
get
good
quick off the
point here.
blocks.
Paul Burke says after Jurgen spat with the ref, the Masonic refs group are always going to close ranks on us. But that's the point, isn't it? Because everybody's blaming this ref and the spat he had the other week, against Arsenal, funny enough. And the fellow was on wire.
Yeah, but the thing is, Frank, you can say all about Mings getting sent off, the offside, he shouldn't have been offside. You can say all that. What it comes down to, mid-season, we just weren't good enough.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It was, and what I said, someone's post, not invested in midfield at the beginning of the season. I said it was criminal.
Yeah,
it was criminal not to invest.
Yeah,
and that's the way it is.
we played about
But the thing
games.
is, Frank, you know yourself, hedge funders don't spend their own money anyway.
No, they certainly don't. And we can speculate who we're getting. We can speculate as much as anybody, and people are speculating. And what gets me is, I don't know about you, Marios, but it comes out when they say, rumour is.
Yeah.
Rumour is. I hate that word, rumour.
Yeah.
Simply because I'd rather have a concrete, we're getting him. It's the deal's done.
Yes.
Because you have other podcasts that, whether you look at them, I don't know. And all you're getting is the people on the podcast saying, well, such a reporter, sports reporter said that Liverpool are after him and him and him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all
it's a strong rumour.
Yeah, that's annoying. Yes.
Anybody can spread a rumour.
Anyone at all. We need concrete evidence. We need coming from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
We really do. It came from the horse's mouth, according to everybody, about Jude Bellingham.
Yeah. I think the season needs to be done to in order to see names and see transfers. Yes, I think we will not buy anyone before this season ends.
Any top world-class player up for sale, we should be going for them.
Yeah, of course we should.
That's as easy as that. We should be going for them.
Yeah, well, again, it's the money, and as Paul Baker agrees with us, away form this season, awful.
Yeah,
that's what he said. And these people who are commenting, the Liverpool fans, they can see it.
Yeah,
they can see what we see.
Yeah.
And like people. Look, there's a lot of spin that comes out of Liverpool, as we all know, loads of it. And they can see right through it. Unfortunately. As Stephen Snape says, we lost to inferior teams because we couldn't change it from the bench. Good point. Like Paul Burke says, no investment in the squad has been detrimental in the extreme.
Well, I think we all agree with that.
Yeah, it's 100% agree with that.
Of course,
definitely.
How come Juventus get a 10-point deduction for transfer dealings in Italy and City get away with it? Money talks, obviously.
Oh, it does.
Well, we all know Man City are not going to get touched. Because if they touch City, they've got to touch Everton and another few clubs who have been doing the same. That's not going to happen. No way.
No way. That's what both France says. How come it happens in Italy and it doesn't happen? See, I know that the top lawyers, and they have got the best lawyers, Man
Yeah.
City. Is it 115 charges against them? Or
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Stupid
Crazy.
like
It's ridiculous.
that. It is.
But you go back to Rangers. They were put in the bottom league.
They were
Yeah.
dropped 3 divisions, for
Yeah.
financial irregularities.
Yes.
So do you think that they actually pick out, who they can go after, including Juventus, are a mighty side, they're a mighty team, club in Italian football Serie A. They're a mighty club, and they went after them and got them.
But
But I
Derby
think
County got relegated last year.
Sorry.
Derby County got relegated. They got dropped about
Yeah,
12
it
points.
is, yeah.
That's when Rooney
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
But there's
But Derby's Derby. They're not Man City. Man
Exactly.
City have got too much money, and it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
well, apparently their lawyers are on 80 grand a day.
Well,
80.
the top strikers are
Can't-
900,000 a week.
Yeah.
You can't live on that, can you?
See, you do. Well, how do you look at Man City? Is it a club that's cheating their way to the top?
Well,
I wouldn't say. I wouldn't. No, see, you put your players out. It's got nothing to do with the players. The players go on the pitch to win games.
No, it's at Manchester City.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with the players. It's
No,
the administration.
What I'm saying is that Manchester City, the club, so the club involves the owners, whoever runs it financially.
Yeah.
And they have, as we all know, cheated their way to get these players in, to give them astronomical wages, to have the best in the world. But something has to give. Something. Because they can look, Newcastle next season, or in the summer, Newcastle are going to buy.
Yeah.
Now they're in what, third, fourth place, whatever.
Yeah,
they're going in the Champions League, no matter what.
Yep.
They're going in the Champions League. They're going to buy massively.
Yeah, it's not a coincidence, is it? That they've got the money that's come along from the Middle East
Yeah.
and City. I mean, it's not a coincidence.
And you'll have City again. They're going to buy. They'll buy. No matter how you look at it, they will buy. You'll have Man United who'll be buying. Arsenal. Now, Arsenal are going to buy big. They've said that themselves. Now, imagine if West Ham, and they're not a bad side. They're not a bad side. If they're taken over by this Qatarian consortium, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to buy.
Yeah.
So where does that leave us?
Well,
You'd be with the also Rams.
Premier League's super competitive, isn't it? I mean, they're all going to be buying, as you say, Frank, they're all going to be competing for the same prize. We've got to go up there and in there fighting along with them, really.
Yeah, that's the point. Fighting alongside. And no matter what, I said this at the beginning of the season about all this Jude Bellingham and right through the season. I said, Dortmund will not sell to Liverpool if we're offering 70 to 80 million for him. If Manchester City or anybody else comes in with a 130 million pound bid, they're going to sell to the highest bidder. And
all I can see for next season, right, even now, everybody's going to be chasing Man City.
Yeah.
Because they are a street ahead of anyone else.
But we were the only ones who could match them.
Yeah.
We could only match them because of the manager.
Yes.
Can I put a scenario to you? Can I put a scenario? Okay. Say like in 2 years' time. It's 2 years' time. Now you've seen the emotional send-offs to the likes of Milner. And the biggest was Bobby Firmino. Right, and he actually scored.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if Jurgen Klopp says, "Okay, I've given you me 2 years, rest of the contract, I'm off," what would we do then?
That'd be devastating.
Well, it would be like losing Shankly.
But
Modern fans.
Yeah, but Shankly, in the background was Bob, who knew the ins and outs. I'm not saying anything about the Shanks, really. I'm not. Everybody loved him. I loved him. It's like my dad, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
My point is, if Jurgen left, right?
Yeah.
And the way the money's been tight over the seasons, and he's just brought in the right players. But you've got to give credit also to Michael Edwards. Michael Edwards was fantastic.
Yeah.
He has an eye for footballers, and he has an eye, and he has a great personality for negotiations.
Yeah. Even for sales also. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we'll have none of this. We've got no Michael Edwards. Just imagine Klopp going.
Losing Jurgen Klopp would be.
Can I finish, Tom?
Go on,
Klopp is a draw.
Of course he is.
People will love to play for Klopp. And this is why, if we get this McAllister, he's going to resist, which would be brilliant, Champions League to play for us.
Yeah.
Because he'll know that next season, under Klopp, we'll be flying out.
Yeah,
I don't know. On his own.
Sorry. I don't think Jurgen should underestimate his power. He's got a lot of power there with the fans, with the club. He should stick his heels in now this summer and really, really go to town on what he wants.
But will he? Because
he has to.
A few weeks ago, a couple of months ago, and said he agrees with the owners and their stance on spending wisely. Now, don't forget, they've come out and said we're going to spend wisely. What is wisely? If it's anything like what they've spent in the past, we're outselling. But, with these players gone as well, there's the money that's added up, especially wages.
Yes.
And this is why we need, as Mario said, I've said, Tommy said, you've said, George, we need 3 midfielders.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just need them. It's as simple as that. 3 midfielders besides a centre-back and most probably, a right back as well. Because I hope Tsimikas stays. I really do.
Yeah.
I really hope Tsimikas. I think he is staying. Like we call him the Greek Scouts, don't we? Greek Scouts.
Yeah, of course. There was we saw him crying.
Yes.
Firmino farewell, and some people said that maybe he's also leaving, but I don't think it's.
No.
I think it's the emotions of the day.
Yeah.
We were crying in front of the TV.
Yeah, it was so emotional. The whole thing was so emotional, wasn't it? Really, really was.
Yeah.
What a player Firmino's been. What a character.
My God.
Brilliant character. He was loved by the players.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He was
I was with a
loved
lad I was with that John Boyle on Sunday, Frank.
Oh, yeah.
And he was up to Anfield, and he said, and he went up to see the mural, the Firmino mural on the wall. He said he got out of the taxi, and there was Bobby standing right next to him. I took a photograph of him and Bobby by Bobby's mural. And he said, I couldn't believe it. He said, the coincidence. Yeah, I just got there, and he was there. That was after the game on Saturday, Unbelievable.
It just shows you, doesn't it? You've seen him, didn't you? The emotion in the lad, the emotion. Because when you get fans like our fans, they're unbelievable. They are unbelievable, and that's the.
But it must have been the same for Milner. I know we've given some stick over the seasons, but you can't knock his professionalism.
Oh
no!
What a pro!
No,
wonderful.
No one can knock his professionalism. But Klopp wanted them to stay, and it was the owners who said no, let him go.
Yeah.
Now, the way you've got whether you agree with me, I don't know, but see if you agree on some part of it. I think they've looked at him. They've looked at his age, 38, right? They want to bring in other players. They've got all these wages now, especially the likes of the free, who are going on free. All their wages, that adds up. We need players, and these know that. So there's one of the reasons why they've said, no, let Milner go. Just let him go. What do you think?
Well, it shows you how much strength. Yeah, and Klopp's got that. If Jurgen Klopp wanted him to stay and they said, no, get rid of him.
Yeah.
Shows how much strength he's got in the say so.
Yeah.
Maybe James wanted to go, though.
Yeah.
He continued to play for Brighton. You'll probably get in Brighton's first teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this. Brian Edley says, lads, forgot the Champions League. Come over here for the Europa final next year in Dublin. I've more or less got 2 tickets. We will party away. I can put up 3. Yeah, there's the 3 of us.
And if we win, it will be in the European Cup.
Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? That's lovely, that. That's absolutely lovely to say, even just to come out with.
Yeah.
It's worth going to the Europa League for that.
Bang on about Juve, say Stephen Snake. The Premier League couldn't withstand the derision of Man City or any other club was found in any way nefarious. The league hierarchy is rancid.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't like going on. I've always said to you, Tommy, haven't I? When people go on about referees, and I said, you can't blame the referee. It's just that we never put the ball in the net. When we've lost or drawn or whatever. It's just that we, and people, try to make a scapegoat of a result. So they always seem to blame a referee or whatever, or VAR, right? Yeah. But this time, they were right. They were right. Anyway, Paul Beck says, remember the days when us Reds, we only heard when a player had signed, no rumours, just signings. Now, that goes back to your day, George.
Yeah.
That's because there was no internet. That's because there was, now with the internet and rumours are all over the place.
Okay.
Well, you say about the referees, Frank. Them 2 decisions on Saturday lost us 2 points.
Yeah, it is. I'm not getting away from that. I'm not hiding from the fact that they did. The officials, including VAR, they lost us those 2 points.
We can go on about mid-season that we weren't good enough, but that game on Saturday, for me, was a must-win game.
Yeah.
And the referee denied us it.
Should have won it. It's as simple as that. That's the way it goes. Yes, because, says Jake Whittaker, they are buying all the best players. This is Man City. They've won 6 titles in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. And he carries on by saying, I think Man City should get done 100%.
So does everybody else. But they're not.
Fair play, Tommy. You're right. City head and shoulders ahead of everyone.
Yeah.
Well, they are, aren't they? Yeah.
Streets ahead. And you can go on about they spent all this money, but you've got to give Guardiola, who's a hell of a manager.
Yeah.
Because you've got to buy, you're spending that much money. You've got to buy the right players.
Yeah.
Do you know what? He makes them into that team.
He's got some players there I've never heard of, and they're brilliant.
Yeah.
They suddenly appear in Man City's first team.
I was at a game. I'm going back to when Rafa was manager, and he was coming to the end of his tenure actually. But anyway, I remember on the bench, and I forget who we were beating. I think we were beating Stoke or someone, and Jay Couch scored a couple. And on the bench that day, think about this. And now our benches have been awful, haven't they? Come on.
Yeah, until the last month.
No game changes. And on the bench that day, Fernando Torres, Steven Gerrard, and Xabi Alonso.
Incredible.
On the bench. On the bench. Now, the calibre of those players to what our benches have been in recent years. There's no one to come on and change the game. How many times have we said that, Tommy? At our half-time discussions.
No, you're right. You're right, Frank. You're
Well,
right.
that's where we used to give Mel the stick. Now, is he a game changer? And he wasn't.
No.
Yeah.
But he was told to go on, and he went on.
Yeah. Bad times ahead. Our first 11 are as good as any, but it won't get us the biggest prizes.
Yeah, well,
I don't see bad times ahead. No, by no stretch of the imagination.
no, I don't, Tommy. I'm with you
I
there.
can see us improving. And the last 5-6 games, Jürgen has showed us the way the style of play he's going to have next season. And to me, it looks exciting. And I can't wait for this to start.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You're not shouting at me.
No, but going on about you mentioned Rafa Benitez there. I know everybody loved him. But I'll be honest with you, I wasn't a fan of Rafa Benitez.
Well, okay. Brian Headley says, Marios, what way is it in Greece? Is the top clubs miles ahead in finance, or is it closer?
Yeah, there are some classic old clubs, Panathinaikos, Olympiacos, AEK Athens, and in the recent years, PAOK Thessaloniki. There are 4 teams that are in another level economically, financially. So the difference is obvious, but in Greece, the economic power means that you have power in terms of affecting the referees and all these kind of things. There are things that are going out of the pitch over here. So it's not the most clean way to win the title here. But yes, there is a difference between the top clubs and the other ones. That's for sure. Yes, the top division has 14 teams, and there are 4 teams ahead above everyone, and 10 teams fighting for 1-2 positions for the Europa League and for the relegation zone. So yes, it's not that exciting, you know.
Yeah.
There are not so many clubs that compete. Your biggest rival visits the stadium of another club from the bottom of the table, and you don't expect something. You are sure that they will win. In Premier League, it's different. Everyone can win anyone.
Yeah, but the way it's going here, it's going to be the same here. You're going to have the top 4 or 5 teams, and the rest of them are not going to be in the picture.
Yeah, that's concerning, yes, because there are some clubs, as you said, West Ham maybe, and Newcastle City, clubs with money that are in another level.
Yeah.
That's concerning, yes, about the Premier League.
Yeah, but even further down the league, Fulham, Brentford, all these teams, you know, they can cause an upset.
They're capable, yeah.
In the Premier League, it looks to me, people like Villa with the new manager, they're coming up. They'll be spending, as you said, Spurs, Man United, Arsenal, ourselves. It's quite competitive in that top 8.
Yeah, but what I meant, George, is you can't see Villa or West Ham or even Spurs winning the Premiership. I don't care how
No,
much they spend.
no, I can see them taking points off people that want to.
Oh
though.
yeah.
like us.
Mm.
Paul Beck says, hey, Jürgen, a bit lily-livered with FSG, to be honest.
Well, the proof of the pudding, and that'll be in the summer, won't it?
Yeah. It certainly will, George. It certainly will. I think that's a very good point by Paul, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But people can see. And I just want to read these out, and then I want you to discuss them, because I'll have to make myself a cup of tea, because it's very tasty work looking at you.
Go on, Frank.
Right. Brian Edley, if King Kenny was in charge, he would have hammered these owners. I doubt that.
No, I doubt it. I doubt it
No,
too.
I doubt it. Needs to once and for all get stuck into them in the front of a live audience. I don't think that'll happen either.
No. Jürgen will never bite the hand off either.
No. Gomara should have had a straight red for Newcastle last night in front of the ref. Disgraceful.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
I never watched this.
What are your thoughts? This is Mick Carter. What are your thoughts on the new sporting director? Apparently, he has only got a short contract.
Yeah, but we just spoke about that.
Yeah, but all right. Well, we can go back to it because he's asked that question. Don't forget to like and subscribe, people. Please get the algorithm up there.
Yeah.
Well, I think you got the nail on the head, Frank, when you said he's great with small budgets, and he's come to the right. He's come to the right club then.
Yeah, that's a speciality, working within tight budgets.
Yeah, but the only way to success, I keep saying it before, is getting the right players in the right positions at the right time.
Yeah.
It's the only way. You've got to put the right players in, and to get that these days, you have to spend the money.
But the way I look at it now, George, like you looked at Andy Robinson, he cost £8 million from Hull City.
I know he did, yeah.
Now don't tell me he's the only one out there.
Yeah. No, there must be diamonds. There must be diamonds around.
Yeah, of course there is.
Joel Matip came in as a free agent, yes.
Yeah. We got Keegan from Scunthorpe, remember? And Ray Clements from Scunthorpe.
So I don't know who does the scouting, but I think they shut up the game a bit.
Absolutely. That's the key to the whole thing.
There. Why don't we go to South America? Why can't we put someone in South America like me or something? I'll go down there. I can play this fella here. But you know,
you do look like a slimy Argentinian, yeah.
Look at the players. Look at the players Brighton. Look at players Brighton have picked up. Look at that left winger, that Japanese lad. He's fantastic.
Oh yeah,
like a dose of butter.
Yeah.
And the Argentinian lad in the middle, and the big Ferguson is a big centre forward.
Yeah, Ferguson.
Yeah. 19 scored 12 goals.
What about Wolves as well?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying about the scouting. I don't know who's just the scouting for Liverpool, but they want to up the game.
Yeah, definitely, Tommy. Definitely.
Paul Bates gone. His wife's an Evertonian, and she said, "Will you stop watching that?"
She's got enough problems.
Exactly. Soulboy Fran, the refs will not improve next season. Howard's Webb is the boss now. Discuss that. Well, just put the kettle on, please, or boil the kettle.
Yeah,
please.
But see, VAR, it's supposed to be there to improve the game, improve decisions. Instead of the referee making a split decision like that, that's what it's there for.
Yeah.
But some of the cock-ups that's been this season have been absolutely atrocious.
I'm just not
absolutely.
I'm not a fan of it at all. I really am. In the beginning, I thought it would be good for goal line, the ball over the line or not, or maybe these things. But the way they're treating it for 2 inches offside, or whatever.
It's
And it's
crazy.
3 or 4 minutes to wait. The crowd are all excited because you've scored.
Yeah.
And all the excitement comes down again at the end. That's not what
Yeah.
football should be about.
Yeah.
But I always thought that you can only be offside with a part of your body where you can score with.
Well, yeah.
So if you're running like this and this arm's to touch the head, you're offside. You can't score with your hand.
No. They've got to review it, haven't they? They've got to review it because a lot of the stadiums don't have the television saying VAR. The crowd is waiting there. They don't know.
Yeah,
the players have already celebrated. They've jumped around, hugged each other. Crowd's all up for it. Next minute, no, VAR.
But that goal on Saturday by Gapco, as soon as they come off their defender, he put it in. I thought that 1-1 that'll do. And I thought, well, if they gone for offside, well, they come off the defender.
I mean, that's just somebody's opinion. That's all that is. That's the guy on the VAR's opinion. It's not a fact.
He said he decided. He didn't mean to play it. He didn't mean to play it.
That's what the VAR guy decided. It's rubbish. It's terrible. Yeah. It was a goal. But it's too late now. It's gone.
Yeah. Have you got VAR in Greece, Mario?
Yeah. And it's really annoying. The fact that George said, that you score, you are in emotions, and then suddenly, oh my God! And the annoying is how much time they need to decide.
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh my God! Some things are obvious, and there was a kind of non-typical rule when someone that the attacker has a kind of advantage.
Yeah.
And that's not anymore. And
that's gone out the end of that.
Yeah.
The benefit of the doubt always went to the attacker.
It should do, because that's what excitement's all about. Goals. Crowd want to see goals, and it works out for both teams over the season.
And VAR are just they're making a run for their own back, I think.
Yeah. It's just one person making the decision up there in that box. They're deciding, and everybody else has to go. And the referees never seem to change their mind, do they?
No.
They get taken over to the television to look at it, and as soon as they go there, they're going to go with VAR. They're not going to stick with their original decision.
And we all thought, I think we're all the same, when this was coming in, we thought, well, this will be good for the game. There won't be any ridiculous decisions made. And that's all we've seen all season.
Yeah.
And ludicrous decisions, some of them.
Yeah.
But no one has the way they did in front of the camera at the end of the game. Managers, players. Why don't they bring them people in and ask them to explain why they did it?
Yeah.
Instead, next week, let's send an apology. Oh, sorry, we got that wrong.
Yeah. And I thought in the game on Saturday, I didn't think we played particularly well, especially in the first half.
Yeah.
First half we didn't.
I mean, we only had a first shot and goal in the second half. So I mean, really, Villa in a way, outplayed us a little bit, I think.
In the first half.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. I don't know why, but we got better second half, definitely.
But their defence, including Mings, I know we should have been up the pitch, but you can't take away from that lad. He played out of his skin on Saturday.
Yeah,
I didn't like the gamesmanship. I'm being honest.
Oh yeah,
Going
down older heads. As soon as the older heads, the game's getting stopped.
3 players got a book for that. 3.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
And the keeper got booed.
9 minutes extra time. 9 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, Brian Headley says Guardiola didn't do much with Bayern Munich when he didn't have the same funds. Nowhere near good enough. That's what he says.
Well,
he's a brilliant manager. Well, he must be a brilliant manager to achieve what he's achieved.
Yeah, of course he is.
Do you think he would achieve the same, though, if he was Liverpool's manager?
That's doubtful, maybe. Not if they didn't have the same funds.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think that's what Brian is saying. It shows you how good Klopp is.
Yes.
Oh, what he's achieved over the last 5 years with nothing, no funds. he had to sell to buy.
Yeah.
He stands above the rest of them, in my opinion, for
Yeah.
what he's worked with and what he's achieved.
Yeah.
I think though we're still sell to buy, because no matter who's going, whether they're on freeze, people will be going for for money. They will be going for money. What I'm saying is the likes of Nat Phillips and even Joe Gomez and Matip. Now, if they were put on the market, they'd all have to be, bought by other clubs.
Yeah.
So money will be coming in. We don't know how much. Kelleher and made up as staying.
Yes.
Oh, that's the best news.
That's really good news. Yeah. It is. Yeah.
Stephen Snape says, the issue for me is that Manchester City's undoubted dominance could turn it into a farmers' league. Sure, Guardiola's a great tactician, but everywhere he's gone, the financial backing he's had is unlimited.
Because maybe he's a lot stronger than what Jurgen Klopp is in that department. He doesn't say no for an answer.
Oh, I doubt it though.
He's got the back of the Man City, the money, haven't he? They've got the money.
He doesn't need. I think he's only got to say, "I need Haaland for X amount," and he never cost that much, did he? It's the wages.
Look at the wages he's getting.
Is he on?
But the thing is,
a week or so.
we don't know what Guardiola would do if they turn around and said, "No, you can't have it."
We'll never know.
Exactly.
I don't think it's really good for the Premier League if one team is dominating it every year. As a league.
Yeah.
People get turned off.
Yeah.
Okay. Paul Burke says, I'm sorry, I've gone there. I'm sorry there, boys and girls and everyone else listening in. And Soulboy Fran. Hang on. I'm sorry about this. Lads.
You have to get yourself a secretary.
I'll get Jason. Jason's a high-tech fella, he's a high-tech. It just goes on me, it really does. But anyway, Soulboy Fran, the refs will not improve next season. Howard Webb is the boss now.
Oh, God. At least it's not Tierney.
Yeah. Exactly. These owners, lads, the wheels will fall off again after a few injuries.
Oh my God!
Cheer up, Brian.
Brian. Please.
You want to get them thoughts out your head, lad.
We are
It
Liverpool.
wouldn't matter who was in charge. They're not getting blood out of a stone, says Soulboy Fran.
We'll see.
You know, it's going on about Kelleher staying. I think he's staying. Any other manager, I think he would have gone.
Yeah.
Jurgen Klopp is he's the reason why he's staying. I'll bet you pounds.
Yeah.
Spot on, Frank. South American players are brilliant.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Argentinian, Brazilian.
Yeah, but they cost a lot of money too.
Colombian.
Bobby's Brazilian. Colombian, yeah. Fantastic.
Wow.
Hello, everyone, says Lee Brady.
Hello.
What did you all think of the game at the weekend? You must be in America or somewhere. I don't want to sound too negative, but I think the whole game was built up too much of a Bobby appreciation event.
No,
and
I don't
I
agree
think
with
it
that.
probably took the players' focus off getting the job done in the first half.
No.
Even though it was still amazing, I think if we focused more on the game, we would have had 3 points.
No.
I don't think.
I've never seen.
No.
Never seen
They're
it.
too professional.
What do you think of that comment, though?
They're too professional, Frank.
Yeah.
I know Bobby's thing going. That was always going to be emotional. But them lads are on the pitch to win that game first and foremost. and that Bobby comes second on.
Yeah.
No. We were up. You can't take nothing away from Villa. The way they defended. The way they defended was absolutely brilliant.
I'll tell you,
That's
I
true.
can tell you from personal experience, there's never been a professional footballer ever gone on a pitch, in my view, that didn't want to win the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And maybe as for the emotional part, maybe Klopp's absence from the bench was something that affected. They were looking at the bench and there was no Guardian to shout them off and to give them energy.
Yeah.
So maybe was something that affected them.
Yeah, that would affect. Yeah, good Marius, definitely.
Do you ever remember what Brian Headley's saying? It was France and Germany. I think it was the semi-final or something like that in the World Cup. I wonder if the German keeper, do you remember him?
Yeah.
Would have got sent off against France in the 82 World Cup at VAR.
Yeah.
Been there. He milled
I don't think you needed VAR for that, did you?
Yeah, killed him.
Didn't need VAR for that. They only cost him a two.
Everybody, me, you, everybody said he's got to go.
Yeah.
And he stayed on.
Yeah.
Massive German keeper, wasn't he?
Yeah. Terrible. Forget his name.
I don't know who it was. Was it Russia or someone? Someone like a big player. It was a big name player. Bettenay or someone. I don't know.
Yeah, one of the French.
Didn't you have Laurence Cassier, didn't he, the keeper?
Yeah.
Took him out. Took him right out.
Maybe they should give a red card after 2 yellows for these feigning head injuries. Yes. They'll think twice. But
That's got to be stopped. It's got to be stopped.
It really is thinking twice, though, when you look at it, about wasting time.
And that Martinez doesn't have to do it. Goalkeeper.
Oh, shocking. It was absolutely
He
ridiculous.
showboats all the time. Him.
But, when you add it all up, how many minutes is played on the pitch? Going
The thing is, Frank, we've got VAR for offside or handball or penalty.
Yeah.
Why don't you have VAR for faking injuries?
Yeah.
Like half of them injuries are ridiculous.
Yeah. They don't even touch the player for the time. The older heads, or if they get a little kick on I don't know.
Yeah.
They're always holding the knee.
It's
nothing to do with the knee.
It's absolutely sick.
That fellow with his back. That's what it was. He was rolling with his back.
He was running around about 5 minutes later.
But I think Emery, I think he said, if you get a touch, go down, stay down.
I've never liked him.
They're not going to come out and go, I think if I get a touch, I'm going to fall over and roll over. They're not saying that. They get coached to do that.
What?
I've never liked him, Frank. Never liked him at all.
No. But at least the referees are adding the time on. You're getting 10 minutes injury time. You used to didn't get that. You used to waste time. You'd only get 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Now at least you're getting the 10 minutes.
But the thing is, George, it could work against you too.
It could, because quite a few teams scored in that last. Been added on.
Do you think? What about this? Do you think they could be or should be or never a sin bin? Put them in the sin bin for 10 minutes or 15 minutes.
Like rugby.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll happen in football.
No.
I know what I'd like to put them.
But it's a thought, isn't it? How would the game change? Say, like, you're feigning these injuries and the referee looks over and goes, no one touched you there. Go and have a look at VAR, and see it. Or wasting time.
Yeah.
Just wasting time, complete and utter time.
But I agree with you, Frank. I think the managers have got a lot to do with that.
Of course they have.
Yeah.
Of course they have. They must have. As I said, everyone was doing it. Everyone.
At one time, you get 2 and 3 substitutes in the 88th minute.
Yeah.
Why are you substituting? Only to waste time.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good point by Soulboy Fran there. I really do. Emery wanted revenge for last year's Champions League semi-final Pathetic. That's what he said. Remember
I just
last
don't like
year?
him.
You just want to win, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
When he went 2-0 up, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Fabinho scored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Bobby. He will
I
score.
mean, Lee Brady says, so true, they clip their ankle and they go down holding their face. Or better still, the ones when they knock into their arm and they just tuck their legs under them. Yes. And I'm looking at the replay, like, why is he throwing his legs under the floor on the floor, but when nothing happened near his legs? Fake fouls, and the refs fall for them all the time, says Lee Brady.
Well, that's where VAR should come in.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's what I mean about a sin bin. I think that would stop all that. I really do. You know, all right, or faking an injury, unless you're properly injured, like Gapco, for example. Now, we should.
Yeah.
Why do you reckon that Ming should have been sent off for that? I'll go to you, Marios, first.
Yeah. What's the exact question? Yes, sorry.
Right. Gapco's, the foul by Ming on Gapco. Why should he have been sent off? I've got my own ideas, by the way.
Why it should be a red card?
Yes, yeah.
It's dangerous. It's so clear. It's really dangerous for him for the player. So it's all, and it's an obvious red card. I think.
Yeah.
Obvious.
What do you think, George?
Well, you can see the red marks down his chest.
Yeah.
He broke his ribs.
Yeah.
It was pure dangerous play, no question about it. His studs were up and his studs hit him straight in the chest. Couldn't have been clearer, in my view.
No.
Yeah.
No. Well, what do you think, Tommy?
Well, one, it was intentional, and second, he was the last defender.
Yeah, definitely the last
He
defender.
should have gone. He should have gone anyway.
Yes.
But you know why? You know why? Yeah, you're right there, because it was intentional. Because it was the distance that he ran over to Gapco. You watch it again. The distance, and his shoulders studs.
Yeah,
exactly.
His leg was right up.
Right up.
Yeah. And don't forget, Frank.
Can I just?
Gapco's a big lad. He's a big lad too.
That's what I was just going to say, Tommy. You always steal me tons. You're not coming on no more.
Steal your thunder. Steal your thunder. You're joking, aren't you?
He's 6'2".
But he is a tall
you're
lad.
right, Frank. Yeah, you're right.
And to have him here, it was shocking. Just imagine if that would have been, let's just say, little Elliot. That would have gone over his head.
He took his head off.
That would have gone over his head.
Yeah.
That's how high his leg was.
KO.
From a distance.
Yeah.
And he really thought he was going to go, to be honest. He really thought he was going to go. But that's the way it goes.
Why didn't VAR get involved? It's ridiculous.
I think they showed it. They see it. They overview.
Well, I mean, why didn't they say red card? You know.
Yeah, but I don't get it. When I saw that there was a VAR for a possible red card, I was sure that they would show.
But the thing is, when you look at it, even standing on the pitch, as soon as his foot is that high, the referee is there to make that decision.
Yeah.
Of course he is, Tommy. Yeah.
But have you read other comments, though? Other comments, non-Liverpool supporters, they say, well, Jota should have been sent off for the same thing.
Oh, my God, I was sure.
No, nothing like it.
Nothing like that. No, it wasn't nothing like as bad.
I know.
Your boot was up, but not as bad.
But listen to what Brian Edley says. There should be a taser gun officials. If the same player goes down, bang that and take that, lad.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Being an injury, you know you're injured.
You're injured now, mate.
Oh, that's a cracker. This is a cracker. That's so funny. It's so funny. The officials just wanted us out of Europe. Full stop.
Steve, I'm not a believer in that.
I'm not. No.
Well,
I'm not
I
a
was going
believer in
to
that.
ask you, on that, not on that, they wanted us out or anything. I was going to ask you, and I go to Marios again first. They're all right, Marios.
Sorry?
I said, I'm going to you first.
Yeah, of course. I wait.
You don't mind. Or we could talk about it on Sunday in Athens when we all go over to see you. No. How many teams, genuine, how many teams in the Champions League for next season will be made up that Liverpool are not there?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I'd say 99% of them.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it. How many teams, because we'd say the same, wouldn't we? If Real Madrid were in and Real Madrid are out, away we go, well, at least we won't be playing them.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow, that's a really interesting thought. Yes. Oh.
So how many teams? Who'd be? What teams do you reckon would say, "God, they're out"? What team?
Man City.
Yeah.
Yeah, Man City.
Yeah.
Man United.
I think all of them.
All of them.
All of them.
Except Real Madrid.
Including Real Madrid.
Including Real Madrid, yes.
Every one of them. There's nobody wants to come to Anfield, I tell you. Nobody wants to come to Anfield.
Yeah.
It's the most feared stadium in Europe.
Even Messi.
Barcelona, we proved it. 3-0 down and we won 4-3.
Right.
Dortmund, we proved it.
Yeah. Anyone.
Nobody wants to come to Anfield second leg.
That's the most uncomfortable.
And go back to Sanchez again.
In Etihad, all them great games.
Yeah, Anfield is the most
games
uncomfortable.
than any other club in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the most uncomfortable stadium for an opponent in Europe.
Well, we've got the Europa League to look forward to, haven't we?
Yeah, and it's a trophy that a club misses.
But we'll win it.
Do you remember there's two games when they really thought, not Liverpool, the opposing teams were going in. Just bear with me on this, right? Let me finish. Tommy gets excited.
Well, hurry up then.
You can't wait to get out and have a pint. Anyway,
I'm going to bed, mate.
Right.
Across the road.
Not far away.
2 games, okay. And these 2 games, when they thought that they'd won it. One was Olympia, when Rivaldo
scored.
Yeah.
Right, they thought that they had won it. They really thought, that's it, we're through. And the other one, which was better and shorter to play, was Arsenal in the quarter-final of the Champions League when Adebayor scored.
Yeah.
With 6 minutes to go.
Yeah.
And you see Wenger going like that. You just see him doing that and calm down, we've got this. And you see Ryan Babel, just like that with the kick-off, he's running up and down.
Yeah.
I was looking at Wenger because I was in the upper stands in the Annie Road, and I was looking down at Wenger, and you see him, he's like this and calm down. And when the other fella ran up the wing, the left wing, Ryan Babel, and then Torre, he took him out, penalty, right?
That's right.
And you see Rice, I look down, and you see Rice with his head in his hands.
Yeah.
Head in his hands. Yeah. And we looked over like that, looking at the fans, the Arsenal fans, they couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe it because they knew that Steven Gerrard had scored from the spot.
Yeah.
That was a great win, and no one, 6 minutes to go. 6 minutes, and he ended up winning 4-2.
Yeah.
4-2. And don't forget, away goals counted then. That's why they thought they were going through when Adebayor scored in the Anfield Road end.
Yeah.
I was shit.
Wow.
I remember. You remember the Dortmund game? That was incredible. The
Lovren.
but
Lovren.
3-1 down or something. I mean,
Yeah.
And
That Aubameyang, I remember him scoring.
Yeah.
Lovren
flew through the air towards the cop after he scored.
Oh.
And Marco Reus, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's why I always say, never write us off.
No, you're right. No, it's like when George said, about the Barca game, and you see Mo coming out with a coat on and a t-shirt, never give up.
Yeah.
You just see that, I'll never get over it, the smile of all the time, not just the Barca game, of Mohamed Salah.
Yes.
He'll be remembered for that smile.
Yeah.
He just has a smile for
the smile on the goals.
Oh.
Yeah, but let's face it, in that game at Anfield, I'm sure each fan thought we were out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Each fan thought we can't score 4 goals against them without them replaying it all, by the way.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well, then you got Istanbul as well.
Oh, yeah.
King of them all.
Yeah. In 2 days, there's the anniversary, yes.
What other clubs than that?
I remember the documentary after that game by the Italians. And there was 3 lads just sitting down. Like this is like about 6 weeks after the game. And they're sitting down. And they said, one of them said, well, when we came out at half time, some of them was just pushing their hair back, saying, how do we look? Do we look all right? And it was brilliant the way he said it, and they were just laughing. But they were in good spirits.
Yeah.
They were in good spirits, these lads. They said, what a come on. Even Gattuso, he said, that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable. Maradona became a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
He said, I've never seen anything like that in my life. And the crowds, he couldn't get over the crowd.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's where you have some of the greatest of all comebacks.
Yeah.
Comebacks.
And don't forget, most supporters of other clubs would have left the ground by then.
That's true. That's true.
They would have left the ground by then.
That's the difference, yes.
Well, Man City couldn't even fill the stadium for European games. They blew the anthem.
Yeah.
Well, Lee Brady says, which is a very good point, apart from the 4 players leaving, are there any other players you think will be sold or should be sold? That's a good point, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if anything should be sold, but I think he brought young Carvalho out towards the end. I think he could go.
Yeah.
I think Harvey Elliott could go.
Yeah.
Could do, Tommy. Yeah, because Curtis Jones has come through.
Yeah.
Do you think he's good enough, Harvey Elliott? I'd prefer Carvalho to him, rather. I'd prefer Carvalho to Harvey Elliott.
Yeah, but the thing is, Frank, with Curtis, he's had a great run in the team now, and you can see his confidence every game, where Harvey hasn't.
No,
yeah. His potential is there, isn't it, for all to see?
Yeah.
And I think if he wasn't sold or anything, I think next season he'll come out with an attitude and show, look at me.
I think he'll be a permanent fixture next season.
Of course.
Yeah.
So who else do you think, or I'm saying should go, but who do you reckon? Do you think Gomez or
Yeah,
Matip?
I think Gomez or Matip.
Yeah, Joe Gomez,
Gomez, Matip, Phillips.
Yeah.
Phillips, yes, also.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Phillips,
forgot
yeah.
him.
Um,
It's time for
Now,
him to leave. He deserves to play somewhere.
yes.
Yeah.
depending on Thiago keeping his fitness.
I,
'Cause when he's on the pitch, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
But it's keeping him on the pitch.
Well, it's a new season starting now, so we'll have to judge him then.
Yeah.
You're right. He needs to stay on the
Brian,
pitch.
well, Brian Edley says Fabinho or Thiago, bench players for me. Even Enzo on the bench.
Well, I think Hendo knows that himself.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I was watching the game against Villa, and I saw so many times the ball at Hendo's feet, and I thought that we need a player with technical skills to take the
Yeah,
ball so
I mean-
many times.
Yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
was awful.
Yeah.
He was awful. And see, years ago, he used to just, he had a nickname, the Spider, sideways and backwards. And that was the nickname he had because that's all, he always did safe balls, very safe 5-yard balls to the side or to the back. And that's the way he was. Well, he's gone like that again because he hasn't got the legs.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with what you're saying, Frank. I do agree with what you're saying because we've had discussions about him.
Yeah.
But on the same breath, when he's on the pitch when he's good, he was a leader on the pitch,
Yeah, but
and that's what we were lacking.
We can have leaders on the pitch who are putting in a performance. We can't. Would you take the? I'd say okay. You know, one armband's gone. That's the vice captain. Now, I put this to someone. I forget who it was. Would you take the armband off Henderson and just have a new captain and a new vice captain? Well, obviously, we're going to get a new vice captain.
Well, the two I'd have is either Virgil and Trent. Either one of them.
Yeah,
Well,
that's right. That's what I said
yeah.
before. Yeah.
I'd definitely have Virgil as the captain. I think that'll give him a new lease of life as well.
Yeah,
And Trent as vice captain.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
You know, because you know, if I'd be Jurgen, I'd just say, listen, Trent, you will become Liverpool's captain. You will one day. And that's it. That's basically it. And I think that should happen. It really should happen.
I think it will happen, Frank.
Yeah.
Because the likes of Endo, you know, he's not going to be every game.
I don't think he's going to be a regular starter.
No.
He won't be a regular starter next year. New people hopefully coming in, supplemented by Zek, and Jones.
Yeah. And don't forget, we've got Baticek to come back too.
That's what I mean.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yes.
Well, Lee Brady says Rhys Williams maybe. I heard we're looking to keep our keepers. Yeah, well, we are keeping. We're definitely keeping Kelleher, and I think Adrian. You know, I think he's good in the dressing room.
That's true. He's
really.
He's never let us down, has he? He's never let us down either.
Never let us down. No. And he always seems to have a smile, and you know, when we win or when we score, you know, he's up there. He's really giving it the.
Yeah, even in the social media, he's really lively. He posts all the time. He shows that he enjoys the time in the club, even he's not playing. That's really nice, and I think that's the reason why Jürgen keeps him in the club, because he's not going to play. And that's not a problem in football wise. So he also played in our last trophy, Community Shield. Yes,
he's got a wonderful life. He's probably on about $100,000 a week, and he's sitting in a bench.
Yeah.
Another bad life.
Sorry, Tommy.
I'd sit on the bench for $1,000 a week, even less. A free ticket.
I had to go on the pitch for £50 a week.
I'd sit on the bench for 3 tickets for you three. Oh, brilliant. Love it. Love it. Brian says, give it to young Trent and keep him in midfield. Let him run riot as a Liverpool legend.
Oh, he will do. He will do.
That's the sort of midfield player you need, isn't it? You were saying Spider-Man, going back and left. Yeah. Trent doesn't do that. He's always looking for the forward pass.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Into the danger zone. Always. That's what you need.
Yes.
So, okay. See, we were talking about injury. Let's see. Let's just, please, before I go on to the next one. I agree to have Virgil as captain, and I'd put Trent as vice captain to get him used to the role.
Yeah.
I think everybody agrees with that.
That will get him shouting more as the momentum. At the moment, he is too quiet.
Good point, yes. Virgil is always shouting, yes.
Yeah, I think that's Lee Brady. So Lee agrees with me at least.
But when you look at Trent now, even though he's only young, he's still one of the leading professionals at the club now.
Yeah, you're right. A senior player.
Yeah.
Senior player. Henderson is his lack of technical ability through sheer effort and mobility. Now that's gone. He's a bit part player, being a good captain, but Virgil is a natural successor.
Yeah. Totally agree with that, yeah.
3 years ago, he was at his peak, Henderson.
Yeah.
And he has been a great captain.
Yeah, his energy and leadership, his skills, and now his legs has started going.
That's it. It's all down to legs, and he hasn't got nowhere.
Yeah. The brain still wants to do it, but the legs won't do it.
Yeah.
That's the point, isn't it? That's the point. It affects everything. It affects us as well. It's like anything. See, when you get to a certain, well, you know this, George. When you get to it's like you, Marios. You do marathons, don't you? Or half marathons. You're a runner. You go and keeping your body going. But just imagine getting to a certain age, you can't do it.
Like us, he's saying.
I didn't say that. Frank said.
No, you get to a certain age and you say, I can't do this anymore. And it's like footballers, albeit that the lads is fit.
Yeah, and
2 yards slow. And your brain doesn't work, whereas George would know. Whereas if you want to put a ball there, you play, and that ball is gone. You can't pass that ball forward because someone's on that player. You've got to be very quick. You've got to be very quick.
In your Premier League now, there's no hiding place because if you have to get back one-on-one with a forward, some of these forwards are quick. You've got to be with him, and I don't think Hendo would. Maybe 3 years ago, but maybe now he might just slack a little bit. The brain would want to do it, and he'd think he could do it, but then the body starts to react.
Yeah, but you know, George, being a pro, nobody needs anybody to tell them.
Exactly.
They know themselves.
Exactly. You know yourself.
Yeah.
I knew when I was ready to pack it in.
Yeah.
It's a sad thing, though. It's a sad thing when an athlete comes
to
I think the feeling must be really awful, yes.
It's one of the worst things when you play your last game.
But don't forget, George, in your day, you were on nothing. You were on buttons. These players retire now at 35, 37. They're multi-millionaires.
They could retire at 25.
Yeah.
Good point, yes.
Well, Lee Brady says, I remember you saying, Frank, Endo was very quiet until Klopp came in, and now he doesn't shut up on the pitch, having a go at everyone. So hopefully Trent goes like that. And I did say that actually, because I'll give you an example of what it was. We got a penalty before Jurgen came. We got a penalty And, we made up and Sturridge and everyone was playing then. And Big Bad Mario. And Big Bad Mario.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Henderson had the ball. And Big Bad Mario just went over and took it off.
Oh, yes,
Remember
yes,
that,
I remember, yes.
And you see, I watched the replay then, and you see the other fella, Sturridge, going, get the ball off him, take it back, take it off him. You hear him, you see him lip reading. And he just stood there like that. And I went like that, and he's our captain.
Yeah.
But he did, he did come out of his shell a little. But it's time to go now, unfortunately. It's time to go. For Enzo, that is.
Let's face it, better players than him have gone.
Don't you think Henderson should have stopped playing for England? Milner stopped at 29 to prolong his career.
It's a hard question, that, because most pros want to play for the country.
They want to play for the country, yeah.
Yeah, of course he did. So that'll be a hard decision.
Well, what about if you see things the likes of managers being loyal to certain players, and I think Jurgen's being loyal to players. He's
Too loyal sometimes, yes.
Right, he's being loyal. So if you look at Endo, now he's not going to start every game, is he?
No.
And when he does start a game, he's not going to finish every game.
Yeah.
And what got me was, I think it was last week or the week before, when he said, I've got a few more years left in me. And
maybe he has in the championship.
I said to myself, I hope he doesn't mean for us, because we need that extra level. We need that extra 2-yard pace.
Yeah.
And that's what he's lost.
I always put a benchmark. Put the benchmark. Would any of them be in the Manchester City team? No. None of them would have done.
No, certainly not.
No, well, I put the benchmark there. Oh, no, I mean Milner and Henderson.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No way.
No, they're coming off our bench. Me and Frank said it a few months ago. He's bringing Trent off. He was a young, fit, great player.
Yeah.
And sending James Milner off.
Yeah.
How would Trent feel coming off for him?
We seen his face, didn't we, Tommy?
Yeah.
And he was fuming. Trent was fuming.
Would be.
And that gave me the idea, or the theory, or whatever you want, opinion, that James Milner, you notice every game coming up, he was coming on as substitute with like 10 minutes, quarter of an hour to go, sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes coming on.
Yeah.
Do you think every time he stood over that line on the pitch, there was a bonus for him?
Yeah, who knows, Frank? But it seems strange, doesn't it?
All the time. So, but he's gone now.
That's where Jurgen, when you say he's loyal, maybe he's thinking, well, this is his last season.
Yeah.
I'll help him all I can. And I don't knock that, actually.
No,
I don't mind if we're winning.
Yeah, if we're winning. But, to change your game, because he has come on.
Yes.
When we needed someone to change your game. The problem. This is why we're at today.
Yeah.
He nearly changed the game against Spurs, didn't he? Because he gave a free kick away.
He
scored.
In a bad way, yes.
Yeah.
And then, fortunately, Jota got the winner.
And that's what he was always doing, coming on, barging into players because he knew that they could fly past them, gives a foul away in dangerous areas.
Yeah.
To achieve what he does after following Stevie G, he has more than ticked the boxes. Great captain who will never be forgotten, says Brian Edley.
Oh, I totally agree with him. Totally agree with him.
Agree with that.
Of course,
Definitely.
of course.
Yeah.
What everything we say is just a football analysis, not a disrespect.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah. Oh, of course now.
Always be a legend for Liverpool.
Yeah, of course.
We never did disrespect him. Even that Naby Keita. We never.
I don't know. I might draw the line there.
Did you see the photograph with all the X-rays? Put that on your wall. That was cruel.
You ever remember I thought he was fantastic in this particular game. The game against Man United when we beat them 5-0 at Old Trafford.
Wow, he was incredible. Yes,
that was his best game for this. Yeah,
he scored the first one.
He scored the first goal. Yeah, just slotted it in. He was.
So where did it go then? Where did it go?
Injuries. He was never fit.
No.
Yeah, if he was, he would be incredible. Yes.
Yeah.
In our absolute pomp, says Stephen Snee, Mr. Paisley's teams has a few, if any, aging players. The man's expertise in human physiology was one of his greatest assets that wasn't always highlighted. Sentimentality is bad.
Wow.
Bob Paisley. How can anyone explain to you why you never got a nice one?
Yeah, exactly. Should have done.
Yeah.
Well, no matter what, Bob was Bob. No one can emulate what he did in 9 seasons. Nobody.
No.
Nobody.
Because he was a football man.
Even Pep.
Proper football man.
And don't forget, the likes of when he won 3 European Cups, first manager to achieve that accolade with the one club.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when he achieved that, every team throughout Europe had to win their league. They had to be champions.
And it was a knockout competition as well.
That's right. You get beat, you're out.
Yeah.
Unbelievable what he achieved.
Pep still got to win.
Oh, that was great. That was.
I mean, what Brian says is true about physiology, because we used to play 5-a-sides against Shanks and Bob and Ronnie and Joe. And occasionally Bob's cartilage would come out and he'd put it back in. He'd put it back in. I'm not kidding, honestly. He'd get his knee and he'd just do a carry on playing. For the cartilage.
That hurt me then.
And he's still limping.
I'll be out for 6 weeks now.
Yeah, I know. He knew when they were skiving.
Yeah.
Come on, George. A few Shankly stories, says Brian.
Well, I'll tell you one. Well, I'll tell you. You know we're making a fuss of Firmino, wonderful Brazilian player. Well, when Peter Thompson and I were in Diggs lodgings together, and we stayed in Lily Road, just off Prescott Road, and Peter went off to South America to play in what they called the Little World Cup, 1962. They had Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, all of them, and he was voted Player of the Tournament. Liverpool's Peter Thompson, Player of the Tournament. Yeah. And he came back with his trophy, Player of the Tournament, and a Brazilian shirt. He had this Brazilian shirt he'd swapped, And Peter and I went out, and it's just at the start of the off-season, and we're playing cricket in the street outside the lodgings, and we were using a lamppost as the cricket stumps. And I said to Peter, "Can I just put the jersey on?" So he gave me this Brazilian jersey, and I put the Brazilian jersey on. I got the bat, and he's bowling at me, and this little kid comes up, this little Scouse kid comes walking up with an autograph book. And he says, just before he asks Peter for his autograph, he says to me, "Hey, George, is that a Brazilian shirt you're wearing?" I said, "It's not only a Brazilian shirt. was Pelly's shirt, and Peter swapped it. It used to belong to the best player in the world. And this kid said, it still does. And I said to Peter, you've just been classed above Pelly. Big smile on his face, saying Peter, you know.
But Peter wasn't he? He was unbelievable.
I mean, to win the player of the tournament in a competition like that, you know, you go back and Google it, you'll see. He was so proud, so proud. He was fantastic footballers, you know.
Oh, I loved him. I loved Peter Thompson.
And the other thing for Brian, I'll tell you another quick one for Brian. It's only a quick one, but when I came down to Anfield, I'm only 15. I'm in the centre circle with Shankly and my stepfather. He called him Mr. Scott, although his name was Mr. Scott. And he was standing there talking in the centre circle. And Shankly said to me, my father worked as a labourer for the Aberdeen City Council, you know, in Scotland. And Shankly said to me, by the way, Mr. Scott, he said, who are you with? And my dad said, I'm with the City, Mr. Shankly. He said, what league do they play in? And that's genuine true. Straight off, I'm with the City. What league do they play in?
But don't forget, like in that team, you had Peter Thompson on the left and you had Dean Callaghan on the right.
Oh, yeah.
Two great wingers.
You'll never get that again.
And then Callaghan come into the middle again.
Yeah.
Bob brought him into the middle. Yeah.
865 appearances.
Yeah.
Absolute
Absolute diamond.
20 years.
When we were talking about Keita, Soulboy said, Keita had a great game against United, but guess what? He limped off. That's absolutely brilliant. And I'll just say this, the last one. Paisley was once a bricklayer with a rod of iron that ran through him. Don't fall for the
curmudgeonly.
That's what you say, Tom, isn't it?
Yeah, you're a curmudgeon. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a curmudgeon. Yeah. You're a curmudgeon.
What's that?
Anyway, routine, build and
grumpy old man.
Build and trade breeds determination, matched by very few, unmatched to this day. Behave yourself. Here, Tommy, do you know where I'm going to Pensby? I don't know whether it's Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
Remember when I said you want to come?
Yeah. I did not. I booked this last minute, so I didn't expect to be here.
Yeah, no, I'm giving a lecture. Do you know what I'm giving a lecture on, boys?
What?
Don't say the gunpowder plot.
Yeah, thanks. See, usually it steals me tons.
Yeah, well, see, because I think it's the best thing you do, myself personally.
It's the 1605 gunpowder plot. Guy Fawkes.
Absolutely brilliant.
Guy Fawkes. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
That's what I'm doing. And it's not like, it's like George, Tommy's listened to the lecture a couple of times.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Really.
Oh, you'll get a shock if you listen to it.
I'm in a documentary about it, actually. I'm in a documentary about it, you know, which is, I can't find it anywhere. You remember, Tommy, when you phoned me up and you said, you're on the telly? I said,
oh, yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Documentary.
But it's definitely worth listening to, especially when he does it live, because, you know, Frank, like, he normally goes off any tangent, but on this, he just stays right on it. Brilliant.
I watched one of your shows, Frank. I think it was 2010, Heroes and Villains.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I watched that. That was fantastic.
Did you enjoy that?
That was fun. You were a young man then, 2010.
I've got the box set, George. I've got the box set.
No, brilliant. Absolutely
it's incredible. It's incredible, you know, because I still get pulled now, you know, people, especially when I go shopping People go,
Yeah, he's still got the same gear.
We've got the same here, yeah.
are you Frank? All right. But it's yeah, it is something. I think Shankly will be made up with this because I'm Bob. The priest phoned me up. Priest. And he said, are you Dr. Carlyle? Is this Dr. I said, yeah. He said, I'm Father Such a Body. And I went, oh yeah. And he said, listen. He said, I've got a coach. I said, yeah, well, what have you? He said, how would you like to drive my parishioners around and do an account in the history of Liverpool? And I said, yeah, okay. Has anybody ever been phoned up by a priest to take his parishioners around on a coach for a tour of the city?
Did you do it?
And he, I said, yeah, and I said, no problem. And that's a nice thing, for anything. I really do. I think that it's a smashing thing for people to get out and about and see the city for what it is and what it was as well. Wonderful history that is. And it's, let's see what before we finish. Don't mention the gunpowder plot over here, mate, because he was in Belfast. That's a cracking. Stephen Smith said, been a brilliant gab, lads. See you for your book signing, Marius.
Wow,
the tickets happily ensconced in my inbox.
Oh my
Cheers,
God.
lads. We're all euphoric in the knowledge.
Yeah.
We
Look
never
forward to
walk
it.
Thank you
away.
so
Isn't that
much.
lovely?
Thank you so
Isn't that
much.
lovely?
We'll be there.
Isn't that, that's great.
17th of August.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes.
August 17. Yeah, we'll be there for. Thank you so much. Hopefully with a home game, the first home game of the season.
Isn't
Yeah.
that
Oh,
lovely?
that's it. Yeah.
So anyway, boys, I really need. Was you have the same team against sentimentality? Say we've still got this chance on Sunday, okay, of going through to the Champions League. Would sentimentality come into the fore, come into your mind by playing the likes of Milner?
No.
No. And
No,
the other
Sean,
lads,
no.
including Keita, by the way, even
No.
Artemelo, giving
No.
them a chance. And so would you pick the same team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would, yeah, without a doubt.
Yes.
Yeah, because I mean, if we are in that position, goal difference could be. Although we're well ahead of United on that. At the moment.
Yeah.
So really, we just need to win and hope they lose the two games. It's unlikely, but you never know.
You never know.
I'd do exactly what he done against Aston Villa.
Yeah, I agree because sentimentality doesn't come into it anymore.
No,
you
can't. No.
And that includes the captain's armband, because as I said, the vice captain's gone, and I think it's up now to Jurgen to say, okay, and take the. There's no disrespect to having the armband taken off you.
No.
There's no disrespect. And to be giving it to Virgil with Trent taking the armband off James Milner.
100% agree with that.
I think if we win on Saturday, I think we can leave the season at least with 10 good results behind us.
Yes.
We're unbeaten in 10 and win 9 out of 10. I mean, that takes us forward, something to build on next year.
And it just shows you having the full squad to choose from makes a hell of a difference.
Huge. Diaz and all them, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diaz will be an impact because he came back. He He wasn't too. He never played too well, but he's just come back from an horrendous injury.
He had a full pre-season.
Yeah, and that includes Jota, by the way. Let's not forget Jota.
Yeah,
he was injured. Yes.
Yeah.
Because next season, he'll be fully fit. We've got to go to. I think it's Germany, for pre-season, and let's get back here and let's start where we left off this season. But let's not have the start, especially with our new players. The start as we did against.
And the pre-season starts really early. I think July 8th. I think.
Yeah, something like that.
It's early. Yes.
But on Saturday watching the Villa game, I was getting a bit fed up with Mo actually. When he's trying to pass it inside and it's hitting the player, and I'm thinking, Jesus, come on, Mo, just put. And who put the ball into?
Bobby.
Bobby, yes.
Mo Salah.
That was a brilliant. And you know what?
Yeah.
That was a fantastic size of the foot. Size of the foot.
Right on his foot.
Bobby took it well, didn't he? Took it well.
But it was only Bobby who could score that goal.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant goal.
And if you looked at his head and not far after that, he nearly got the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And that should have been the winner, though. That should have been the winner because our first goal was choked.
Yeah.
Lads, thanks a million to you all. Never fails this show. God bless. Take care. Safe flight home, Tommy. Privileged to be on with you all, says Brian Headley.
Thanks, Brian.
Well, I'll still be here next Tuesday. It's my last night next Tuesday.
I hope you get better weather.
Oh, George, please.
And we'll rattle Southampton, ruin them 4-0 says.
Why not?
Why not? Yes.
Yeah.
No, we should crucify Southampton. And that's not disrespecting them. But we should.
That's a good point. Nunes as well. We forgot about Nunes tonight, didn't we?
Yeah.
Good
I mean, if we don't get 3 or 4 against them, it's
good points, George, about finishing strong. Nunes will improve too. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? Well, lads, what do you think? Now I want some strong with you, George.
Well, at least 3-0. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Marios.
3-0, exactly. Exact score, 3-0.
Go ahead, Mr. Ishmael.
5-0.
Did you say 5-0? Good lad, Tommy.
I was going to say to you, but you two stole my thunder.
We told you where you got that terminology from.
I haven't got a clue, mate.
Well, anyway, I'll go along. I'd go along with 3-0 myself, actually.
Yeah, they want to finish with a win.
And do you know what? Who do you really want to score?
Trent.
Yeah.
James Miller.
And Mo.
Anybody. I don't care.
Yeah.
Mo, do you know why?
Salah,
20 goals.
Yeah.
Premier. And he'll be the first player, I think, to do it. Or no,
And I hope it's
Thierry Henry, yeah.
I hope it's a 66-yard scissor kick.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be a great achievement if he can do that. It'd be brilliant.
Wouldn't it be fantastic? That I just thought, I just pray that he gets it. I really do.
Yeah,
And
I think he will.
As Stephen Slade says, good night, gentlemen, one and all. It's a
Can I
privilege.
stay?
Good night.
It's a privilege to converse about football.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Isn't that lovely?
I go and get my Horlicks now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, some of you be.
Get his whiskey.
Yeah.
I might put my pants back on and go over the bar.
That's right, yeah, you do. And I know what Marius will be shining.
He'll go run
rubbing down.
He'll go run a 10-mile race.
Yeah. Be ironing his shorts and shirts tomorrow for a run. I'm sure you'll be getting the
Exactly.
Horlicks like me. I'm going to have some cocoa. I think I'll have some cocoa.
Oh dear.
But
And don't
lads,
be
next Tuesday,
Yeah.
For sure.
is that okay with you lot?
Yes.
More than okay. Yes.
I might have a show on Thursday, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I'll be away on Thursday. I'll be away then for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, shut up, Caesar.
Go cruising.
I'm going cruising, yeah. Next Thursday for 2 weeks.
2
We're
weeks.
back on the 17th of June.
But you're here next Tuesday, yeah?
Yes.
No, that'll do, as long as Marriott and you, Tommy, no matter where you're at.
I'll still be here, but you might recognise me. That I'll have a tap.
You've got a good signal from there, haven't you? Good Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Well, I hired the king off the guy who gives me the transfer here. He hires the £5 a day. You got Wi-Fi here, but it's crap. So I've got this in my room here, and it's brilliant.
It's brilliant.
No, that's a brilliant picture, Tom.
Take it home with you.
I like your top, by the way. I like your top.
Yes.
It was a birthday present. It was a birthday present.
See my top.
I go and tell my missus about Haley now.
Haley Barron.
Wow.
The top sport.
2022.
And that's how
you get bodies to fit them, you know.
Do you know what? I don't know where I think Jason took it off for some reason. I don't know. I haven't took it off. And it's a thing, you know. Oh, there it is. There it is. Look at that. That's scarf or badge. Just let me go along with this, lads, please. That's scarf or badge. I was looking for all this before. And, you know, if you want to buy this stuff, honestly, it's top quality, just like this. And like what Carragher's wearing, and Simon Rimmer, the chef, and Roy Evans, everyone, you know, they're all wearing, and they are the brilliant stuff. And there's that's scarforabadge.com. That's all you've got to do. You can find them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything. And they are the wonderful, wonderful people, believe you me. And then
maybe when Marios comes over, the four of us could go up to that shop and get one the same.
Oh,
yeah. Then we'll all fly back from
Athens.
John Lennon Airport.
Athens.
For a quick holiday.
Hey, Marios looks a bit worried there. He thinks we're real.
And there's some fella wrote this called Marios Manzos, the social one. Have I pronounced Manzos?
Yeah. Right. More than right. Yes, exactly.
Lovely, brilliant book.
It is. It's a cracker, yeah. Everyone's saying. Everyone.
It's brilliant. The way it's read, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Wow. Thank
and
you.
Look at this, lad here. Look, the real.
My cheeks are red. My cheeks are red.
The wonderful Jeff Goulding.
Yeah, Jeff is written some absolutely fantastic. We come to Europe. Absolutely brilliant.
There's another one coming out next year, you know, from Peter Kenny Jones. He's doing autobiography of Tommy Lawrence, and I'm meeting up with him next month to chat about it.
Oh, great.
Stephen Snape says, brilliant, read that book, which is, I think, The Lost Shankly Boy. Is it Stephen? Or
yeah, he wrote to me, Stephen, actually.
Yeah, okay. Because I know he's got he's going to get Marios's, or he's got.
They're both great books. Great read. And you don't have to be a red to read them either.
No.
They're brilliant.
It's Bobby
Graham. That's a great title, that, you know, The Lost Shankly Boy. I really think that's a fantastic, because it's like, you know, players under Shankly, and you hear of these players, you know, the likes of, you mentioned Tommy Lawrence, I've always mentioned St. John, all these wonderful players, great players, and the Lost Shankly Boy, George Scott.
There were other lads as well that were brilliant players, and they didn't quite get there, you know. And
no, of course. And for a book to be written about you, your story under
Well,
the
I said to you
shades.
before I actually wrote the book. I wrote
Yeah.
that it was all written. It just needed Jeff's expertise to
Yeah, of
use
course.
his journalistic skills to put it into the proper chapters
But
and explain to me how it should work.
Yeah, but that's the point, George, because, when you've done something and you just fit it's like a jigsaw puzzle and you just put it all together and you go, wow, look at that, I've done it.
Marius will tell you, and Jeff told me, when you first see your book in your hand, when it comes out of that box and you open it and you see the book there and you think, wow, it's a feeling that really is difficult to describe.
Yeah.
And the smell of the pages also.
Yeah. For me, it was about a legacy, really.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
for sure.
But you've done yourself and your teammates and your manager proud, mate. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I've got my LP. I've got my LP coming out.
What LP? I got it. What LP?
I'll show you in a minute.
LP.
And look at him. The voice of Anfield. Lovely man.
George. Yeah, George.
George Sefton. Lovely, lovely man. We know, don't we, Tom?
Yeah.
It's a legend.
It is a legend.
Well, come on, let's see this LP. Come on.
Hang on. And there, look at that. Keith Salmon. We had dreams and songs to sing.
Yeah, fabulous.
Fantastic.
Fabulous.
Isn't it? Isn't it just? And there, boys and girls, you can always get these. And
any good bookshop and Amazon as well. Here we are. Liverpool.
Oh, stop it. I'm going to be sick. Where's that sick bucket?
CD. That's a CD.
Wow.
It's an album. Yeah.
An album, yeah.
Yeah, your face is on it. You're not singing on it.
Just wait.
Oh, you better hadn't be anyway. You better hadn't be.
When they're phoning up at half time, I'm going to sing that to you. Your sweet lips.
Wow.
I'm gonna buy that.
Is that yours? You're singing.
Marius. He's got the bag on the head. Take a read of it.
Yeah, look,
wait till the matron comes down and the man gives him his tablet.
Oh,
you'll be all right there.
There's the young Frank there, look, see?
Yeah.
Look like he's spiv.
2010.
You look like he's spiv on that. Can it change?
Wow.
He looks like one of them villains that he was talking about.
Oh, he's wasting one of them, George. Wasting that.
Go ahead, Frank. Let's hear it. Stevens. Yeah, that's what I'm about. Stevens. Yeah. So much fun. Oh, really? Kenny Rogers.
You're killing Tommy there.
You're killing me now.
Do you know what? I went to a function and there was a girl, named Billy Butler, and there was a girl, and she was like the act. She was Dolly Parton. So I had to get up. This is strange. I had to get up and give this talk about certain things and whatever. And Dolly Parton was behind me, the girl taking Dolly Parton. And this is genuine. There's me standing there like this. And they thought I was Kenny Rogers tribute. They thought I was a Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton tribute.
Silence in the street.
I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
I've got to go to bed.
Oh, brilliant. So listen, lads, I'll see you all. Thank you for tonight. Thank you so much.
Lovely to see everybody. Yeah.
All the viewers for tuning in to listen to the crack here and also some good football points and discussions, and and at least we'll be back next Tuesday. Thank you so much, lads.
And Frank CD can be bought in any shite CD shop you can go in.
Hi, Frank. Tony, Mario.
Good.
See ya.
Mario,
Good evening,
Frank, it's been great fancy, mate.
Ci vediamo. Prossimo
Yamas.
Yamas.
settimane.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.